Yeah, well, there's already dozens of supporters, if not more than 100, lined up outside of the hotel here in Portsmouth waiting to hear from him. Of course, Donald Trump spent the first part of his day, though, in a courtroom in New York City, but that has not phased his base of support almost anywhere. We saw that in Iowa with his commanding win. We have seen that in his strong polling numbers here in New Hampshire, and we've heard that from the very people here in Portsmouth who are here to see him today. Former President Donald Trump's supporters say that, if anything, these ongoing legal battles make them want to support him more in Tuesday's primary. They feel that these legal challenges are just further evidence that there's a system in place rigged against Donald Trump and, by extension, them. Donald Trump is now facing 91 criminal charges in both state and federal courts across the country. Those stem from a wide range of alleged behavior, including refusal to turn over classified documents and efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. Now, the current case that he's in Manhattan is part of a civil defamation lawsuit against Trump. The former president himself spoke to reporters after leaving the courthouse today.
I'm leaving right now for New Hampshire. We're making a big speech up in New Hampshire. We just got a poll in that shows me leading by a lot, and I think we'll do there maybe similar to what we did in Iowa.
And Donald Trump left that address, went straight to his airplane. He is now on his way here to Portsmouth, where he's expected to speak to his supporters within the hour. Live in Portsmouth, Ross Ketchke, WMUR News 9.